playing football, it's like that's like the only time that my mind is completely clear.
That's
like,
it. That's
it's
it.
therapeutical.
It is. And I kind of get a point, like if I don't play football for a long time, I get like withdrawal symptoms, or I get like snappy.
Yes.
And then I even say to myself, I'm like, right, I need to kick some ball. I need to do something just to get it out. But yeah, no, I love the game. I still love it. I always love it. But I have to love it from kind of a different angle now. And that's the whole point of like, or the next chapter of my life is about, okay, how are you going to do it now? Like, you're not going to be a pro, which is cool. That's fine. And I always said, if I don't want to be a pro, I want to help people to get to my level, but then to surpass me and to do well, because it'll still feel like I've made it. Yeah. If I know someone that I used to play with or I used to talk to and be like, no, if you made that run from that angle, do you know what I mean? Like, so to see someone else win is like, I'm winning as well. Yeah.
So would you ever go into coaching, or you had any like?
Coaching, yeah, I used to do coaching. I used to do coaching at uni. I used to do it like every day. I'll do like my lectures and everything like that, and then in the evenings I'll do coaching, because obviously it was for money. But yeah, I just used to notice that I used to get along with kids. They used to listen to me, and I was coaching like young people, young kids, but I was also playing a little bit as well, like just playing with them, because it was just a joy. Like, there's no game, or there are games, but for me, like, football's helped me not just on the pitch, but like outside of the pitch. Like, I can go to different countries with a ball, like start kicking a ball. I was in Grenada like summer just gone last year, and I was just kicking a ball, and like people just are just drawn to you. Like, they see a ball, everyone just wants to get involved. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've met so many different people. I've met so many different.
Listen, man, football has stopped possibly like roadman from killing each other.
Yeah, football's done a lot.
Yeah, like football's done a lot.
It has.
Like, the amount of people you come into contact with, like you come into contact with so many different people in walks of life, is that whenever you go somewhere, they're just like, oh yeah, I know my man from ball and he's cool, and depending on how good you are, that would determine the validation from others.
Yeah, no, it's true. That's the one, and that's what I've been blessed that I've met so many different people, so many different players, like great players that I even say, rah, like, you're better than me, like you should have made it. And I'm like, how did you not make it? Like, I didn't make it, but how did you not make it? And it's crazy. But yeah, that's my thing, and it's always been from when I was young, from when I was playing at Wadham. I was the chubby boy that had a decent touch, but just had heart. Do you know what I mean? And like, look at what the coincidence, or how ironic. I have a heart problem from a man that's had so much heart in the game. I put my heart in everything. And it was just a place that I used to just get told, like, I was good, I was this, like, keep going, good effort. And those things were rare to me. I didn't get that. I didn't really get that at home, because parents were, working and things like that. Not saying that they didn't care or they didn't love me, but to just get strangers be like, mate, you're all right, innit? You're okay. And you'd be like, I'm all right, yeah. Do you know what I mean? So,
when did you realise you was actually sick at football?
When I started playing, I thought I was sick in the playground. I'll be right. But what every child does, isn't it? Like, you're just in your own world. But I just used to have the ball and just be turning, rolling the ball, everything. Like, when I was at school, that's probably where my confidence for football grew.
Was you the best in your class?
No. Those players that are better than me, At the time, they were better than me. I used to look at them and say they were better, but there was just something about me when I play is just different. I don't know what it is. It's that I could just do it. I could do it all. I could run, I could dribble, I had a decent touch, I could head, I could hold the ball up. So I just used to just test my skills when I was ever at school. Like with the older lot. It was always like with the older years. You get barged and you're like, oh no, man, I need to do it. I need to get them back. So when I was at school, started playing for the football team, and then when I got selected to play for Essex County, that's when I was like, I must be good. Yeah. I must be good.
How was that like?
That was amazing. I was like part of a team. I was part of a bigger team than the school. I was representing like my county, and I was like, county, like what's this? And they give you your own tie.
Trust me.
You have to shirt. You have to dress up like a shirt.
Trust me, I remember because that's
You know what I mean? Go to Shenfield. There was a
You know,
place.
it is that when you actually like get called up to be a part of these things, it's like
It's an achievement, isn't it?
it's like you're kind of like you feel kind of like some kind of like elite guy.
Yeah.
Select few.
It's true.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So
It's
you know,
true.
I can kind of like understand that, you know, when England, when people say, "Oh, I got called up to the national team," like how gassed it might be or whatever. Like it's that kind of thing that we can get called up to something.
Yeah.
So
It was a great time. I used to love it, and that's where I realized in myself I'm good. And I used to tell myself, and then I still remember to this day. I remember the games I played. I remember how I played, the touch, the smell of the grass, everything. Like I can imagine, and like the coach, even the coaches, like they were so supportive. Do you know what I mean? They looked after you. They had their favorites or whatever, but you felt like you was all part of the team. And I remember I started in the C team or something like that, so County C team, Essex County C team, and then after one game, then I moved up to the B team, and then I moved up to the first team, like, and then everyone was like, "Rah, like you're here already, like what's going on?" I was like, "I don't know, like I must be doing something right." And yeah, the county, we went all over, obviously Essex, but we played at like Chelsea's ground. We played at so many nice grounds, but the Chelsea one was sick. That experience was sick because, you know, we played against what's the other county? I can't even remember if it was like Sheffield or something like that. Like they were good, all drilled. Like they all knew what they were doing. But yeah, just some of the things that I would do. There was a moment where I remember I was playing left back at the time. So when I was playing for county, I was playing left back. I got the ball. Someone gave me the ball from the middle, a midfielder, and this guy was coming onto me. He put pressure on me quick, and I was like, "Rah, what do I do?" And it's like, I don't know. I know Sammy spoke about it when he done his one, where he's like, when you play football, there's certain things that you do and you just can't explain it. And for some reason, throughout my career, I always used to do things, and I'm like, how did I do that? How did I even think about doing that? But obviously, it's because you're repping it out every single day. The guy came, and the ball came to me. I just knocked it around him and on the left, and I went round on the right, and everyone was like, rah, whipped in the ball, the scored, and everyone was like, yo, this guy's good. And I was like, rah, how did I do that? So I was just like, it's such a good feeling. It was such a good feeling because when I was in school, primary school, secondary school, I was bullied. Do you get me? I was bullied like for being big. There's a certain man that used to pick on me. So then now these same man, because we all went through the same primary school and secondary school, they're looking at me like, rah, like you've changed, like you're big now, like you're strong, you can hold your own, and like everyone was noticing me, and it was such a nice feeling to have that. But then also to have that confidence to say, look, I'm pretty good. I'm like one of the best in the school. I'm one of the best in the county. And then like the guys were like, look, you could probably go on to play for England schools or like, yeah, the England schools. And that's the next level. So I was like, rah, that's it. I'm ready. I'm going to put you through for trials. I was like, okay. At that time now, I think I was playing, because I was like 16, 17. And then I was playing for like what was it? Sporting Bengal, like some little team or whatever. And then I think I got called up for like the first team. And then we had a game in some stadium, and this guy just clattered me. Like he literally clattered me. Bro, like, and I was just like, "Bro, what's wrong with my knee?" And I was like, "Whoa!" And then as soon as I felt the pain, I was like, "I've had my trial, and I had my trial the next week." And I was like, "I'm not gonna be ready. I'm gonna miss it." And then that at that point as well was like, I'm not gonna make it. Like I feel if I didn't get injured, and this is so cliche. We all have, everyone that hasn't made it.
Telling girls, That's what you've
no, I don't even tell them.
One guy.
The thing is,
it's a cliche thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's so annoying because it's like, you know, the ones where it's like some people, that's certain people's reality.
Yeah.
Some other guys might say it to impress.
Yeah.
For certain man that have actually taken this
serious.
That injury, like it has happened. It's a big detriment to the mind. And
man. And it's like I was trying to force like my body to do things that it couldn't do. After I got injured, I was like, nah, I have to play this trial. They were like, yo, you could be good. Like you'd be like a quality left back. England needs a quality left back. They used to say like quality left back. I was like, right, like yeah, man. Well, I can play. Yeah, all right, cool. So I believed in myself, and then just at that moment where things were going so well, that happened. So obviously it it took me back for 6, and then that's when my dad kind of appeared, and it was just like, well, you know, maybe education is, you gotta do education, you gotta have a plan B,
Contingency
son.
plan.
Yeah, yeah, that's the exact words. He's like, you gotta have a
But do
contingency
you not
plan.
feel like, because I do understand the whole point of like having like a backup plan, yeah. But do you feel like having a backup plan kind of puts doubt in your mind to not do a plan A?
Do the plan A.
Like to the best of your ability.
I think so, 100%. Because if you are constantly being told that this is not really a viable option for you or something that you can pursue or be successful in, you yourself are gonna subconsciously or consciously, you're gonna think, rah, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe these lot are saying the truth, maybe I cannot make it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you should be thinking, I can make it, but I'm still gonna have keep my options open.
Yeah.
Not that, not they kind of sell it in a way that puts doubt in your mind, kind of thing. Where I don't think like it should be sold like that. Because like I say that even when I'm talking to like my parents, now that I'm at an age that I could speak for like my younger brothers and stuff, which is why I don't understand. Sometimes I look at these guys and I'm like, fam, if I had like older siblings that could speak on my behalf or could pay for my football and everything was free or anything or something like that, like the way I would have cherished that. But anyway, I speak to my parents, I'm like, okay, you guys be sending this guy to like these lessons, all of this kind of stuff. Imagine if you also invested that same energy as well into the football as well.
But they
what
couldn't
could that
see
mean?
it.
They can't see it. And I understand, I do understand it.
But you
at
know
the
why
same
I don't
time-
understand it? It's because that no, the reason why I don't understand it is because that I think as black people, we have to be more open-minded. We can't just think that studying is gonna be the problems. I mean, it will solve all the problems to what we're trying to do in life. That we're in a different time where you can do literally anything to be successful.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I feel like our generation will reap more.
Yeah.
Our parents' generation, most of them are like first generation that came here. So they're thinking, like we just need you to have a career that we know is guaranteed, that's gonna make you successful. Whereas football and sports and music, it's like a lottery.
But you know what it is?
It's
I'm not
almost like winning the lottery.
I'm not even talking about even like, let's say, sports and music either. Like I'm even just talking about even other
media and
like
stuff like
even
that.
there's other things that.
Well, how would you know? Like, it's only now, and that's what Jerry's saying. I think our generation now, we're more exposed to so many different things, and we're able to find out what we can do, the different dynamics, even like to do a podcast. Do you know what I mean? Like,
And that's why I'm trying to say that our parents should have been more open-minded, even though I know that they obviously, like, in their heads, yes, they brought us here for one purpose. It's to either have good education and have a good job and all of that stuff. But if, again, as parents, you need to know your children. Like, not all of your children are going to be like good academic wise. You know what I'm trying to say? There's your children
don't force it.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't force the issue sometimes. So my thing is that, let's say your child is interested in like media, taking for pictures and stuff like that. Like, invest that time. Like, get your son or daughter cameras, learn about cameras, learn about different techniques. Don't just shut down your child and be like, what's that? Because later on, when you're hearing this photographer or whatever's making P, you're looking at your child, isn't that what you wanted? The child will just look at you and screw you and say like, come on, man.
but yes, I'm a big believer of like, whatever environment you're in, you'll pick up certain habits and learning styles and whatnot. And I think that's why I always look at life completely different, and I always try and look from the other person's shoes. And I look at like my parents, looking at how they got brought up and the things that were fed to them that were important is the same way that they're raising us. Do you know what I mean? The same morals that they were raised by, they import that on us, or they put that on us. So in a sense, I can't blame them. Do you know what I mean? Because my dad, he come from a village in Ghana, and he took me to the village. I was like, right, how could you make it all the way to England, have a job, have kids, and get education? That's crazy. But his thing was to get out of the village, and the only way he could get out of the village was being smart and studying. So that's why from that background or from that culture, it was like education was key. And that's what he tried to embed in me, like as a child. And I'm sure if he knew that there was different ways or different avenues to make it, like to be a photographer or to be, you know, an artist or a footballer or a musician, he probably would have, but they didn't know much. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them, do you know what I mean? Because obviously you hear some of the parents that did push their kids and done that, and that's just how it is, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah, Kwame, just talk about like, just touching upon like your dad.
Yeah.
Just talk about like how much of an influence he's had in your life, and you know, him teaching you or being some type of inspiration to you.
Dad he's always been there, like the male figure. Even when he wasn't there, he was there.
Yeah.
Or he tried to be. When I was younger, like from when baby until maybe 12, I can just remember like Dad taking me here, doing this, doing that, because my mum was ill.
Yeah.
So he used to like look out for us, and then there was a point where once Mum got better, I think he had to go to Ghana, or he was going back and forth to Ghana to start to do work and do this. So I can just remember my dad being there at one moment and then he would just vanish. And it was just always like that. But so Mum was kind of always there, and then Dad would be in and out. But he would always try and check in. He would always try and call, make sure he's in communication, like with me and my brothers and sisters, or sister, I should say. But yeah, he's, as a child, had utmost respect and like so many memories and whatever. Then through probably when I was a teenager, that's where I kind of grew to like not like him and to be angry and like things like that. Like because obviously you're a teenager, innit? You don't know better. Like I was going football, I was doing these things, and it's like, where's my dad? Like my dad ain't even here. I was talking to girls. I didn't know how to talk to girls, or you know what I mean? Like obviously, I'm not saying that your dad should be there to do all those things, but it was important for me. It was important, and it was just for him to be in there, and the physical was so important compared to him just being on the other end of a phone, 600 miles away. So yeah, through my teenager years, I grew to kind of resent him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad. I know, like you'll watch this and you'll be like, "What? Oh my God! Like, what's wrong?" Like we've had our discussions. I've aired it out, but yeah. So teenagers years, he was in and out. I remember like when I went to uni, he was there. He was there for important parts. So when the first day of uni, he drove me up there. My mum was crying. Don't leave, don't go. I went to Coventry, like I didn't come back, like, and my dad took me up, and whilst he was driving, he was just like, son, like as a man, you gotta make these decisions, and you'll see why I've been trying to push you to go to uni, and I know you love football, but you always gotta have like this backup plan, and I think this will be alright. So I was going up to uni. I managed to get into like a sports science degree. I had I was given a football scholarship, so I was blessed to be given a football scholarship as well. And even that was like, rah, like you got a scholarship for football. I was like, yeah. So I'd done that, but Dad took me up there, and then obviously he went back to Ghana. So teenager years, then from my 20s, it was more of I was trying to understand why he done certain things, why he wasn't there.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like I went through a whole journey of like joy, despair, like, and anger, and then like to acceptance, and then to understand as a father, as a man, like why is it that you had to do it? Why do you have to go? And obviously I was told one story from my mum, because obviously my mum had to go through not having a husband around, and she had to go through her own stuff as well. So I saw from my mum's point of view, a female's point of view, how bad it can be when a man leaves his home and he's not there. Do you know what I mean? And the mum has to fend for the kids and make sure they're all right, but then also like keep in contact with him in a different country. So it's crazy. So like now it's like, I love my dad. Well, I've always loved my dad, innit? But now it's like, as respect as a man, what he's done, like even when he come back, because he's been out of the country, he was out of the country for over 10 years. You get me? But I would go to Ghana, but he didn't come here. So like obviously there was questions. I was like, how could you not do that? How could you not come? Like, Mum was sick, how could you not come? This one was sick. I was sick when I had my heart thing. I was like, I was sick. Like, why didn't you come? All those things, you know what I mean? We had the conversations. I aired it all out. And then after I'd done that, I believe like even me having that heart problem is because of all the stress, all the pain that I was mentally putting myself in, and my heart was suffering. Again, it's like ironic, like the heart. So I'm a big believer in like you have to express yourself. You have to fill your mind with like positive things and like, you know, just be grateful for who you are and your upbringing. Even though it might not be the best upbringing, just the fact that my parents managed to get me like all the way to this point, like is a blessing. And I'll try and thank them every day. So yeah, like being my dad is like, he's like my older brother, and he's the guy that I've been screaming for, I've been waiting for so many years. And the fact that he's now back in the country, he's been back in the country for a little while now. He's like the pilot. You know what I mean? Like he's like the pilot. He don't say too much, but when he says something, you'll listen. And like people always used to say to me, "Oh, like your dad, like he's so wise." And I was like, "Is it?" I was like, "Dad, please, like him." No. But people like they would have discussions with him, and then afterwards, you just see them just take off. Like their life would take off, and he's like, "Right, like your dad gave me this advice." And then I went and done this and started business. And I was looking at it. And then when I look back, I'm like, rah. And even now when I look at it, when I speak to my dad, he gives me advice. And I'm like, this is like amazing. Like he's like my own guru. Like this motivational speaker that can drive you and he can put things in your head that will like push you forward. So yeah, my relationship with my dad's been up and down, but now it's very positive. It's very respectful, love him to pieces, and I'm just trying to maximize as much time as I can with my mum and my dad. Yeah. Because obviously once I got diagnosed with this problem, I looked at the world completely different. I was like, right, I might not be here tomorrow. So what's the lasting impact I want to have between me and you? You know, what's the last thing I want to leave you? The only message I want to give to you is like just enjoy life. Yeah. Don't be upset. Like I know we all go through like our stuff and like our angers and things like that, but like you don't want to be told tomorrow like you could die or something could happen. Like just enjoy it, live it, be happy. There's so many things that we're blessed with, like, and our parents had to deal with like growing up in a country that were just, it still is a bit racist, but you know, people flat out telling you, yo, go back to your effing country, you this, and you be in school, you're getting bullied, you're getting chased by like these bad guys. Like I remember some of the stories that my uncles would tell me and you know, when they were in school or when they were walking through London, and they're like, we would have to roll as a unit because people, if they saw us on the street, like the white people, certain people, they would come for us, and we had to run for our lives. Like, but now we can walk anywhere in London. Do you know what I mean? Like we've got it so easy. We've got it easier, and it's like sometimes I feel like we don't really open up our eyes and see for ourselves. Instead, we just focus on all the negatives. Like, this isn't working. This is happening. This is wrong. This is wrong. It's like, well, we're here. So yeah, sorry. That's hopefully
that's good. No, that's not because
real deep stuff.
No, it is because you know, like, a lot of young, black, you know, males, people who don't have dads, have a similar feeling to what you have, but and you even have that. With your dad even being around. So, you know, to look at it from a perspective of somebody who has both parents around.
I'm grateful. I've got friends that, I've got one of my boys, like, shout out Gary, like, he lost his dad. Do you know what I mean? Like, he lost his dad. That's like, how can I be angry at my dad and my mum, and at least they're there? Do you know what I mean? He had to live, he has to go through that thing every day where he's like, rah, like, my dad's not downstairs or he's not there. Do you understand? And it's like, sometimes I have to stop myself, I have to catch myself and say, look, you can't be angry at your parents. Like, what would happen if it got announced that something happened to them, the next day they're gone? That's it. So it's like, that's why I'm always just trying to think from a different point of view, and I'm always trying to be grateful. And like, as much as my mum will moan and my dad will tell me things I don't want to hear, but he's obviously telling me because he's lived it and he's seen it and he's trying to advise me. I can't be angry. I know people, they lost their parents or they didn't even have their dad. Like, that's mad. They didn't even have that. So at least I've got little bits of memories. I've got memories when I was younger. Yes, he was in Ghana, but at least he was still there. At least he wanted to be a part of us. Yeah. There's certain people that grow up and their parents are there. Their parents don't even want to speak to them. And I can't even imagine like how that would feel. Do you understand? I can't imagine how that would feel. So I'm just blessed. I'm grateful for what I have, and I make do. Even though they're not perfect, no one is perfect, but I make do with what they've given me, and things like that. So.
Was your pops into football?
Yeah. He supported West Ham, innit? He's West Ham. He used to love West Ham for some reason.
So wait, how did you end up supporting Arsenal?
I ended up supporting Arsenal. When I used to just watch like just match of the day and things like that, and you used to see Arsenal, and I used to see the JVC symbol and the red and the white jersey. Ian Wright like running, and he was just always hungry and scoring goals. I just used to love it, and I don't know, it was just something, I was just attached to it. It was just like, yeah, that's my team. I'm gonna pick Arsenal. There's something about them, the Gunners, Highbury. I was just straight away, it wasn't no like flirting or anything with it. It was just like, that's my team, I'm gonna stick with them. And like I said, from when I was young, I just used to just idolize them. All the players like Vieira, Thierry Henry, even like Silva and Wiltord. I was like, right, this guy's hard, like he's cold. Lauren, like Lundberg, like, oh man, it was just crazy. But that was my team. That was always my team, Arsenal. They always will be.
It's funny, yeah, because obviously I supported United from when I was young as well. And people would be like, oh, you glory hard. Just support your local team, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, Arsenal's not exactly shit. But then Arsenal were winning stuff. Arsenal were playing good football.
Yeah, no, they were.
Winning too.
They were.
That's true.
I never actually thought of it like that.
That's so true.
That's true, you know.
It's very true. But yeah, no, I just used to love like Arsenal. I just used to love like the players that they had, like obviously Henry and that, and just the things that they had done. And like even now, like I just think, like we managed to have these types of players in the league. Like we was able to watch it. Like some people won't manage to watch it live, but for us to grow up in a generation where you was able to see, I watched Thierry Henry's like he's come up and see what some of the things he does. You're like, he was doing that. And so I've always just loved Arsenal. I always wanted to get the kit. I always wanted to have like the things. But when I was younger, I never managed to like get like an Arsenal kit. So I used to be like, oh man, like how can I not? Like I used to get at my mum and be like, Mum, come on, man. Like I know. Obviously, as a kid, you're just like, I want the PlayStation. I want this. I want that. But that's what I mean. Like me looking back now, I realized, like I was a kid and I just saw like items and things like that, and I just wanted it, but I didn't realize what you have to do in order to get it. What stress is it going to put the parent under? You know, obviously they want to make you happy as a child, but then also they got to make sure they got enough money in the pocket for everyone in the house. And so like I Arsenal's my team. that's all I can say, man.